Coming up in the morning edition, police confirm an overnight shooting at Montague. The Bahamas Christian Council speaks to mental illness. And let's go down to Exuma and catch the early birds. Good morning and welcome to the morning edition. Hope you are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to take on this new week after the Easter Monday holiday. I'm LaDawn Davis. Let's start our day off with a look at weather from Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. We'll get you started this morning with a shot of our tower cam overlooking eastern New Providence, and it's depicting just a couple of clouds. Will those conditions remain? Well, stay tuned. All the details coming up later in the newscast. As we go to our satellite picture, we can see that we have that stalled frontal boundary across the southeast Bahamas. That will slowly dissipate during the course of the day. Meanwhile, high pressure continues to build over the northwest and central Bahamas, and that means some moderate breezes for the next 36 hours. Outside of our studios, it is partly cloudy, temperature 71 degrees, relative humidity at 65%, north-northeast winds at 5 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,018.0 millibars, that's 30.06 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning, a cool 69 degrees in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, 68 in Green Toll Key, also Freeport reporting 68 degrees. The Berry Islands, a little warmer at 72. Allenstown, Bimini, 73 degrees, 73 in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, Otterstown, Cadal, 75. 72 in Staniel Key and Kemps Bay in South Andros. Fresh Creek in Central Andros at 71 degrees, 75 in San Salvador and Rum Key, taking you a little further south into Ragged Island, Clarence Town, Long Island, Crooked Island, and Betsy Bay. Acklands all at 75. Matthew Town in Nagua, 76 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 78 degrees. Your boating forecast for today in the northwest and central islands, northeast to east winds, 12 to 18 knots. Those wave heights, they're going to be around 3 to 5 feet. High tide, that will take place at 10:37 this morning. Low tide occurring at 4:42 this afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas, northeast to east, 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your first look at weather in the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Let's take a look at what's happening on our streets. Jiminy DeSwain is standing by with the Bahamas First traffic report.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're coming to you live from the city center. As you can see from our drone shot, we're actually in Rawson Square. It's officially the start of a new week for many of you, so it's back to work and back to school for many of the students, at least at government schools, that is. So traffic officials had a busy weekend throughout, and for now, we talked to Corporal Decory Barr of the Police Traffic Division to find out just what they encountered on the streets this holiday weekend. Good morning, Corporal Barr.
Good morning, Jiminita. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, I know that you were out and about working for some parts of the weekend, particularly for Easter Monday. What were some of the infractions you saw that motorists were committing?
Over the holiday weekend period, we had a number of operations throughout the Royal Bahamas Police Force. But however, the traffic department, we targeted the beaches, not only to enforce, but also to try and educate and eliminate some of what we've been seeing happening already. We've had a small operation in the western area. We started on JFK with a speed check where we spent maybe about half an hour, and then we moved on to the Coral Harbor and Western Road. Total maybe about an hour. We would have ticketed nearly 100 persons. These infractions would have gone from driving with in excess of the speed limit, unlicensed vehicle, uninspected vehicle, uninsured vehicle, to persons who are driving without valid driver's license. These are some of the things that we want to continue to discourage for persons who have to come out onto the street. If you do not have if you are not the holder of a valid driver's license, we ask that you do not come out on the streets. The penalties will be great and high, and it's something that we're really enforcing now.
So definitely hoping that it's a deterrent for persons breaking the law. But are there any accidents that persons may need to be aware of as they prepare, if they're not on the road as yet, to be mindful of?
At this time, we have no accidents outstanding and no traffic congestions. Persons who are leaving home to start the new work week should have a smooth commute to and from work.
Well, thank you so much. That is, of course, Corporal Decore Barr of the Police Traffic Division. I'm wishing you a beautiful Tuesday morning. Back to you in Studio Ladon.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Anita, now on to our top story this morning. Police have confirmed 5 persons were transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital overnight with gunshot injuries. The incident is said to have taken place in the Montague Beach area of New Providence. In other reports, around 12 midnight Monday, police went to Foster Street, Chippingham, after receiving reports of a male being shot. Officers discovered the man with injuries to his body. An investigation is ongoing in both incidents, and an update should be available in a ZNS Network newscast later on this evening. Believe it or not, these tough economic times have forced a number of hardships on Bahamians, causing them to fall prey to mental illness and other social ills. President of the Bahamas Christian Council, Bishop Delton Fernandez, says members of the council and Christians across this country will continue to pour spiritual healing within their communities. He agrees with the view that more treatment and intervention must be given to help victims battling this mental condition.
As a country, we need to develop more psychiatric programs and more than even the ones we have right now, and multifaceted, because the real reality is people are quote unquote at a place where their minds are scattered. They're not able to pull it together. And when we do have the professionals that are able to help them, I don't know if we have enough that are able to help those that are reached a place. And I want to help people to realize that it's a disease. It's just like an illness, and with the proper treatment, you can be and live a natural and a professional life.
The 2019 Red Cross Fair, held for 2 days at Clifford Park this year, was quite a success. Acting President of the Bahamas Red Cross, Therese Curry, says while they did not raise the intended target of $200,000, they were still able to raise a substantial amount of money to assist in maintaining the programs the Red Cross provides.
The 2 days went very well. It was great success in persons attending the fair, persons having fun at the fair, and having that family atmosphere in a safe environment. Overall, we did not quite meet our target of the $200,000, but we are grateful for what was done and what was started in this new venture.
And coming up after the break, let's take a trip to Exuma to check out why our Charles Fisher is up so early. Welcome back to the Morning Edition. Our Charles Fisher is at the Exuma Regatta having a fantastic time, but guess what? He's still getting up early to be with us, and he is not alone. Here's Fisher live in Exuma with the early birds. Good morning, Fisher.
Yes, Ladon, good morning. It is always my dream to wake up to go to work in the morning in short punch slippers and be by the seaside. Like they say, early to bed, early to rise. That's for some of us. But some of us here in Georgetown, Exuma, the regatta doesn't start until Wednesday. But guess what? Some people were up and about as early as Monday enjoying the festivities. Now, the early birds wanting to get that sample, first taste, that first seat before regatta even starts.
Some of us work, like me, I work for Airport Authority, so clearly I can't be out here all the time. This is my day off. And so one of the highlights of the regatta is to watch the committee boats come in with all the little dinghies on it, all the other boats. So the trash talking starts today. As the boats come in, as people start to see their boat and the conditions of their boat, then yeah. So we come to make sure we have our say.
Well, this been like this for 60 years for me. This ain't the first time coming here on a Monday. As a matter of fact, and then it's a holiday Monday. Yeah, so for that reason, every year for the last 66 years, I was trying to get out here on Mondays.
It's just the regatta fever that started almost 2 weeks ago, you know. People are just anxious and ready to go. You know what? I'm just the funniest thing. I went to my coconut tree the other day. You know what the coconut tree tell me? It's regatta time. I had to climb the tree, you know. They drop and bark and sky juice, ready to go.
I out here early because we're ready to get our boat in shape, get it ready for Wednesday, trying out our boat, you see.
That's why I'm out here early.
For some, it's time to start that trash talking.
Yeah, that's part of it too. You know, socialize with the guys, a little trash talking here and there. That's it.
I really come here to represent the tidal wave of the Staniel Key. She was getting very beaten last year. I hope to do some good changement this year, so that I could go back Nassau with a little championship.
Well, on my downtime, it was time to throw my line in the water to see what I could hook. Well, my luck wasn't good at all, but I did catch one. See what I catch? Well, don't laugh at me. I did catch one, but it was a dead fish. Somebody already caught that. I took that out of the bucket. I'm not going to lie. We're going to try and get more of those interesting stories here from Georgetown, Exuma throughout the week. But boy, it's a good morning here.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Fisher. Becoming a world-renowned surgeon is by far a difficult undertaking. However, for 45-year-old Dr. DeGregory Pinto, a personal challenge along with continual family support was all he needed in his journey to becoming the best. Here's Lloyd Allen.
Seen as a trailblazer in his profession, Dr. Gregory Pinto was making history as the first Bahamian to perform the laparoscopic, minimally invasive radical prostatectomy, a modern procedure with nearly a 100% success rate for persons affected by early prostate cancer. He says his passion for medicine began at an early age after watching his grandfather melt away from the disease, which he says affects 1 in every 5 men of African descent.
My grandfather, Ulysses Davis, he's quite well known in the community. He suffered from prostate cancer, and I didn't want to see what he went through and what my family went through. Other families have to suffer through, or other Bahamian men have to suffer. So that inspired me. I met Robin Roberts when I was a young teenager, and as a senior urologist, he inspired me in terms of just his bedside manner and the way he interacted with my family. He inspired me to become a urologist.
He says fine-tuning his specialty in facilities around the world and striving toward excellence in his experience have exposed him professionally to some of the best urologists.
I trained at Groote Schuur Hospital, which is in Cape Town, South Africa, which is a world-famous hospital. It's had the world's first successful heart transplant in 1967. One of my professors performed the first successful penile transplant, actually the first and third successful penile transplant. And I was actually present during that first penile transplant.
Dr. Pinto says despite his professional and personal ambition, there were challenges which forced him to cement a deeper understanding of who he is and his calling.
I encountered severe racism in France, the same thing in Germany, but it just made me stronger as a person. It inspired me to achieve my goals. So
his advice is like that of author Paulo Coelho, who is noted saying, "If you want something bad enough, the universe conspires in order for you to have it." Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Thanks a lot, Lloyd. The Ministry of Tourism is sending a contingent to the upcoming New Orleans Jazz Festival. Here with us this morning are brothers Raphael and Freddie Munnings, who are making that trip. Gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Oh, thank you, LaDawn.
So, Raphael Munnings, talk to me a little bit about the festival.
Well, LaDawn, I've been performing at the festival since 1982. And from then until about maybe 94. And we've taken a break from then to now going this year, the 2nd of May until the 5th. And the excitement is building, has been building, because I miss it. I miss all of the things that New Orleans offers, you know, the music, the food, the environment, and those experiences on stage can be compared to nothing else, because you've got so many artists that are ready to come on, and I mean, that come on before you and after you, that you got to be at your best and be ready to do just that. Now, all of the details and stuff, I'll let Freddie handle that, and he'll come back to me and I'll tell you about the real excitement that happens down there in New Orleans.
Okay, Freddie, talk to me a little bit about who's representing the Bahamas.
Well, in addition to Raphael, Nehemiah Heel, we have Wendy and Dyson, and we've got a 10-piece show band led by Dion Turnquest, and also 25 Junkanoo artists. And you know, when Junkanoo hits anywhere in the world, it's over. And so we are excited. This is going to be an incredible experience. This is the 50th anniversary of the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. And the Bahamas has been fortunate enough to have been invited. The Ministry of Tourism is doing an incredible job of taking a contingent of 45 Bahamians, 35 performers and 10 support staff, stage managers and tourism representatives, because this is more than just a performance opportunity. This is an opportunity to showcase the Bahamian music and entertainment to the world and also to attract business to the Bahamas. New Orleans is known as one of the most successful convention destinations in America. And whenever we perform there, we attract people from all over the world, and we hope to attract some of those major conventions to the Bahamas as a result of our participation.
And what does this mean for our local entertainers?
What does this
actually mean for our local
what it means is showcasing to the world. This is going to be the biggest music festival in 2019. There's no question about that as we celebrate the 50th anniversary, as I said, and this means that we will showcase our indigenous music, our indigenous sound, and our personalities like Raphael, Nehemiah, and Wendy and Dyson, as I said. This is a tremendous opportunity for the world to see the standard and the performance and the quality of our indigenous rake and scrape, our indigenous jonkanoo, and of course our indigenous contemporary Bahamian music.
Date and time again, Raphael.
The date is, we're there starting on the 3rd of May until the 5th of May. And like I said, we're going to take Funky Nassau back to New Orleans.
Raphael, Freddie Munnings, thank you guys for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on your jazz festival coming up next month.
It's a pleasure, and congratulations on your wonderful show.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Hundreds flocked to the Adelaide community this Easter holiday for St. James Anglican Parish annual Easter Monday Fest. Children got their faces painted and enjoyed a jump in the bouncing castle at the event, which is the main fundraiser for the church. Priest in charge of the church, Father Andrew Toppin, says it helps to fund projects for the needy and assist the church with the running of its programs. Toppin shared where some of the funds raised will go and explained the draw for attendees.
Every month we give money to our old age pensioners. We also assist our youth whenever they need to go to various youth camps or programs. We also have at the end of every academic year called Cash for Grades, in which we give students money in order to help them go back to school. I guess they just love coming to Adelaide, plus they love St. James Church, plus it's away from the city, and also holiday, a time for them to come here, light under here, and have a great good time.
Charles Fisher is up next with the check on sports, live from picturesque Exuma. You're watching The Morning Edition.
Good morning once again from Georgetown, Exuma, and the 66th National Family Alley Regatta, which will get underway on Wednesday. The official opening ceremony set for 7 o'clock this evening. But this was a big weekend for our youngsters over there in the Cayman Island. The Track and Field Championships of Carifta is all completed. And for a complete wrap-up, we now turn it over to Romiko Knowles.
Carifta update brought to you by Shield Insurance. Premier Travel, member of the International Air Transport Association. Thompson Trading, distributors of Gatorade. And by Generali Insurance.
Action is heating up in the third and final day of the Carifta Track and Field Championships. Team Bahamas added 3 more medals to the count, bringing the combined total to 17. In the morning session, Vano Raming secured Team Bahamas' second silver medal in the men's open pole vault with 3.75 meters. Huey Sean Roll opted out of the men's triple jump to compete in the javelin throw. That decision turning out to be great for him as he secured Team Bahamas' 6th bronze medal with a throw of 60.45 meters. Runners for the under-17 boys 4x100 meter finals then took to the starting blocks. Mateo Smith ran the first leg, Wendell Smith ran the second leg, Otto Lang ran the third leg. On the final stretch, Devon Johnson anchored Team Bahamas to its 3rd silver medal. In the under-20 boys 4x100 meters, Team Bahamas continued to add to the medal count in the final day of the Carifta Track and Field Championships. The quartet of Yuri Mills, Rico Moultrie, Adrian Curry Jr., and Joel Johnson finishing second to capture the Bahamas' 4th silver medal. Running in the under-17 boys 3,000 meters, Curtis Mitchell came out with a race strategy. His plan, take the lead early and maintain composure throughout the 7 laps. But as he got around the backstretch, Matthew Gordon out of Guyana still had a little more gas in the tank. Mitchell gave it his all to finish 3rd, capturing Team Bahamas' 7th bronze medal in 9 minutes 16.86 seconds. In the under-17 girls 100-meter hurdles, double gold medalist Anthea Charlton captured a bronze medal, her 3rd medal and 8th bronze for Team Bahamas in a time of 13.83 seconds. Now on to the under-20 girls 100-meter hurdles. Gabrielle Gibson, running out of lane 5, captured Team Bahamas' 9th bronze medal in a time of 13.80 seconds. The final individual track event in the 2019 Carifta Championship Games, the 5,000. Gabriel Curtis, the lone runner for the Bahamas, attempting to go for the gold in the 12.5 lap race. Coming to the final 200 meters, Kevroy Benson out of Jamaica had a little more kick in his stride. Curtis tried to shift gears, but it was a bit too late. Benson had too much of a lead. Curtis finished 2nd in a time of 15:23.15 seconds. The under-20 women's 4x400 meters, the quartet of Megan Moss, Gabrielle Gibson, Jasmine Knowles, and Marissa White finished 2nd in a time of 3 minutes 40.51 seconds. The past 3 days has been nothing short of amazing, and it has certainly been a pleasure covering our Bahamian athletes in the 48th edition of the Carifta Track and Field Championships. Signing off from the Grand Cayman Island on behalf of my cameraman, Ashley Taylor, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Until next time, make it a great one, Bahamas.
Good job, Ramiko, Ashley, and Team Bahamas. Well, the water's in the background, and lots of water was splashing last night in Barbados. For how things are going with one more day of competition to go, we wake up, I'm Ajal Knowles.
Good morning, Fisher, and good morning, Bahamas. Just a quick update from here in Bridgetown, Barbados, at the 2019 Carifta Swimming Championships. Team Bahamas is still out in front after 3 days of competitions, topping the point standings with 667 points, falling in 55 medals, including 28 gold. Now, just some quick highlights from day 3. Isaac Bastian's won another gold medal with boys 15 to 70 meter breaststroke, breaking his own Carifta record. Marvin Johnson also taking gold for boys 11 to 12 100 meter freestyle. Jamila Hepburn also taking gold in the girls 13 to 14 50 meter breaststroke. Capping off tonight, Thomas's boys 15 to 17 4x2 freestyle relay team also took gold. Now a full update from day 3 will happen in tonight's Sportscast. I'm Amajal Knowles signing out. Bridgetown, Barbados, ZNS Total Sport.
The Carifta update was brought to you by Shield Insurance, Premier Travel, member of the International Air Transport Association, Thompson Trading, distributors of Gatorade, and by Generali Insurance.
And that's going to do it for Sports Tuesday here from Georgetown, Exuma. The National Family Idol Regatta will get underway tomorrow, but it's the official opening ceremony this evening at 7 o'clock. We'll be here throughout the week, and make sure to tune in for a half-hour program starting on Wednesday at 3:30 on the ZNS Television Network.
In our final look at weather, we have that stall out front boundary across the southeast Bahamas. That will slowly dissipate during the course of the day. Meanwhile, high pressure will remain in control of the weather over the northwest and central islands, and that means some moderate breezes around 12 to 18 knots, and those wave heights just about 3 to 5 feet over the ocean. Our forecast for today, partial sunshine, but very pleasant. High temperature getting up to 81 degrees. And tonight we're looking at partly cloudy and mild. Low temperature once again around 69 degrees. Extended weather forecast, low 80s, starting to warm up a bit tomorrow. Those nighttime temperatures, they will remain in the low 70s for just about 24 hours, and that will start to get up close to the mid-70s during the course of this week. But by Saturday, there's going to be some showers working its way back into the forecast. We'll tell you all about that later on in the week. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. That's it for Tuesday's morning edition. Make sure to catch us tomorrow at 7 a.m. Before we go, we would like to say a very special thank you to the Soulful Groovers and Ronnie Umbrister, who made our Easter Monday holiday show fantastic yesterday. We also want to send a really special shout out to our guy, Gary Super Johnson. For the morning edition crew, I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day, everyone.